Hi, I'm Rebecca Brand, and this is my very favorite banana bread recipe, and it's only 50 cents a loaf, and you use your old bananas to make it. I researched recipes for years and years, and this is the one I've used for about 30. You can make it in your bread maker, which I'm gonna do today, or you can use your oven. It's really easy, and any pan you have. You don't need a bread pan to make it. You can make it in a cake pan, whatever you got, or muffins, really. Lots of choices. And the recipe is at the end of this video, so you can screenshot it or jot it down. The ingredients for this recipe are bananas. I'm using my soon-to-be expired coronavirus bananas. Oil, any kind of vegetable oil is fine. I'm using corn oil. This is the one I always keep in my house. Or you can use butter in the same quantity. 1/2 cup of white sugar, because that's just least expensive. And with the flavor of the bananas, you can't tell if it's brown sugar, white sugar. It's all about the banana flavor you're going for. 2 trusty eggs. 1 teaspoon baking soda. The difference between baking soda and baking powder is that baking powder already contains an acid in the chemical mixture, whereas baking soda needs an acidic in the ingredient to create a rising action. That's why we have the bananas. That has it, believe it or not, they're a little acidic. But just in case you don't have the baking soda, you can substitute baking powder. You just use 3 times the amount. But I have to say I've done this before and I get a little bit of a metallic taste in that. I don't like that. So I go for the baking soda. Besides, it's cheap. 1/2 teaspoon salt, and you need your salt. You gotta have a little balance within the whole recipe, otherwise your bread's gonna taste a little flat. I use 1/4 teaspoon cinnamon for this. My original recipe has 1/8, but I ramped it up a little bit because I like cinnamon. And if you have no cinnamon, I'm not gonna write you up a ticket. What I love about bread maker recipes is not only is the timing is just perfect, you don't have to go turn off your oven when it's ready. It also comes with its own mixing pan. Less for me to clean. I like that. So let's add our ingredients. Let's talk about those bananas. You need 3/4 cups bananas, which is 2 bananas. Don't be thinking you want to throw in your 3rd banana in there just because you have it, and I'll tell you why. If you do that, your bread's going to have a big dent in the middle of it when you take it out. Now, you don't want that. You just want it fluffy and nice and all that. You don't want it too dense or too sticky in your mouth. I de-skinned these bananas. I mixed and mashed them up really fine, because I wanted to know exactly what 3/4 cup was. All right, it got a little more like maybe 5/8 a cup, but good enough for government work. So now we're adding 1/2 cup oil, and really make it 1/2 cup. Don't go too much or too little, it could affect the texture. Down the hatch, and 1/2 cup sugar, and 2 eggs. And depending on your confidence level, you can put them in like that. I was overly confident. I got a shell in. Shows you my methods don't always work. That's trash. Ding. But one of my things about cooking is I like to have fun. And I have fun when I cook, and I hope you do too. Clean up on aisle 9, which would be my hands. And we just can't wash our hands too often with the coronavirus. And 1 teaspoon baking soda, and flick it because you want it all in there. Here, 1/2 teaspoon salt, and 1/4 teaspoon cinnamon. And the reason I put them in that order is because I don't want the flour going in first. It might stick to the pan. This way, the wet ingredients and all the spices and the baking soda and everything mixes up with the eggs and that oil. And so you don't get a lump of something and like a little bit of flour that's like, not equally homogenized within your batch. Now we add 1/4 cups flour. Ta-da! And let me show you how I use my bread maker. They're probably pretty similar. Whenever I'm in a thrift store, I scan it and I buy them. Because they're only like $10, $15 there. Or I'm going to have a link below and you can buy it online. I'm going to search and get a really good deal on one and one that I like. But you can do whatever you want. But I really recommend this, especially for the coronavirus. This is so easy, so fast. Please check out my French countryside bread recipe, which is 40 cents a loaf. And you can make that every single day. And after about, 5 times making it, and you put the little recipe right here and a little post-it, it is so super easy and it's always successful. And you'll have fresh bread every day. It makes the house smell great, and so will this. So it's always nice when something wonderful from the kitchen is happening in your house. So submarine is going down 10,000 leagues, taking a dive. Batten down the hatches. And all bread makers, they're so great. They usually have what you're supposed to press to get what you want. So mine's always set at the number 1, which is basic. That's my French countryside bread. It's the bomb. And it's super easy with 5 ingredients. And I think you should memorize them or stick a post-it on here because I make that about every day. But anyways, back to my banana bread. So it has all these different settings. A banana bread is a quick bread, and that is number 4. So we go over to the menu. This is pretty standard for most bread makers. I'm going to put a link below on the bread makers I suggest that are very inexpensive, or get yours in the thrift store. But anyways, press the menu. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's click bread. And we're going to press start. And if you were making the batter in a bowl, this is the consistency of what the batter should look like after it's stirred up, just in case you don't know. And I didn't know when I first started cooking. So there you go. That's what the batter of a banana bread looks like. It's that thick. Yay. Down into the depths she goes. And a quick bread with all the mixing and the baking is going to take 1 hour and 39 minutes in a bread maker. Now, if you just want to use your oven, same recipe. This is one batch. It would be great to double this batch. Maybe you have a neighbor you want to give a loaf of bread to. That's terrific. I would advise you doing that because it's so easy. You got all the ingredients out anyways. The oven's got to be preheated to 350 degrees. And if you use a standard loaf pan, that's about 55 minutes in the oven. But I always check at 45 minutes. Because you don't want to overcook banana bread. It won't be moist. And the whole point is cooking it perfectly. So it's deliciously moist in the center without being mushy. And that's another thing. If you have too many bananas, it's just going to be mushy. So just don't do that. If you use a cake pan instead, because that's what you got, then it's 25 minutes. Comment and give me your recipe ideas for getting through our little cell quarantines we got going here for the coronavirus. I really appreciate that. I'm making 1 and 2 videos a day. Make sure you comment, because if you don't comment, then the YouTube algorithm just doesn't push it out so you can share what you liked. That would be really helpful for me. And just a quick edit, you're going to see what this bread looks like cooked. Our banana bread is ready. Don't ever forget to wear mitts when you take something out of a bread maker. I have burned myself. It's time to twist and shout. Bing. Give her a bang. Oh yeah, that smells great. Let's crack her open and butter her up. Everything's better with butter. Oh yeah. May I have more, please? Oh yes, no problem. There's nothing better than a lot of butter on your banana bread. See, she likes it. That's not too much butter, in my opinion. Let's try it. Oh my gosh. It may be times inside our house as we're dealing with the coronavirus, but we can still have fun together and enjoy cooking. This might be a great time to learn to cook. And I've got, I don't know, 400 recipes on my channel, something like that. Okay, let's try it. Oh. Don't you wish you were me right now? This is so good. Oh, wow. 50 cents a loaf. But this one could have handled a double recipe. And that's what I would do next time. I don't know how many you're cooking for. You decide. Make sure you comment and subscribe to my channel and ring the bell so you're notified of my next video. I got this huge series about the coronavirus. So many great things. So you can pick and choose what you like in that. There are all kinds of subjects. A lot of DIYs and lots of cooking coming up. I'm Rebecca Brown. Thank you so much for watching. Let's keep having a great time together. And sometimes in the kitchen. I'm going a little melty corner. And you make a little nasty snack right now. And if you like this video, there's some over here that you might like. Quite a series.